Now, this week is Customer Service Week. It's an international celebration of the importance of customer service and of the people who serve and support customers on a daily basis. Now, this should come naturally in Africa, as majority of the tribes, the people, customs are known to be hospitable. However, this isn't the case.
And that's why Customer Service Week calls attention to the importance of customer service and the people who provide it, with goals such as boosting morale and teamwork, reward employees for their significant work and all the work that they do, raise awareness of the value of customer service. Customer service is observed from October 1st to 7th every year. Now, joining us to speak on this is Funke Olushoga Ogunlade, who's a hospitality and customer experience consultant with over a decade of hands-on experience and has graced her way through the ranks with excellence. Welcome to Breakfast Central. Thanks for joining us, Funke. Oh, I think we may be having a little struggle with connecting with her, but of course, when we put that together, there's loads of conversations that need to be had with customer service in Nigeria.
I am very passionate about customer service conversations because what we find is that people are willing to just do the bare minimum. There are people who give great customer service, but it's just the little things, Osaugi. Somebody sends you a message, you take whenever, take whatever time you want to respond, and you are a business, an active business. They're sending you emails, they're commenting on your social media, you're not responding. It's the little things, Osaugi. You call someone, you tell them, oh, this is when I want my package delivered. They say, oh, don't worry, we'll meet the deadline. The moment you transfer the money to them,
all that energy
you have to pray to the Almighty
that they respond to you.
That they respond
and there's also the part where you hand over your customer service to people who don't really care much about your business, and so they take their time to respond. The owner of the business is very passionate about customer service and delivering good service, but there's a few staff there that don't care that much.
So there's a value disconnect between
Absolutely.
the owner. All right, let's have our guest joining us this morning. We have Funke. Funke, are you there with us this morning? Okay, we still are trying to connect to Funke. And please, if you are in the room, please join by turning on your device, your audio, so that we can hear you clearly, and your video as well. So it'll be important to ask questions like what defines good customer service and what defines poor customer service. And for me, I'm going to highlight some of the situations in which I've gotten great customer service and some situations I've gotten really poor customer service. Now, really poor customer service remind me of one. I knew that I had a beach outing, so I reached out to someone who was going to make a swimwear, customized swimwear. And I told the person, this is the time that, can you make this deadline? I need it on Saturday. And the person said, oh, okay, cool. So I asked the person for account details. The person sent to me. We had been going back and forth in several conversations, right? So honestly, okay, you know what? I'm going to hold the story. I think we have Funke back in the room. Hello, Funke. Are you here with us?
Yes, I apologize for that.
All right.
Can you see me and hear me clearly now?
We can hear you. We
Is
do
it
not have
better?
your video yet, but we'll just go on with the conversation. If your video is off, please do well to turn it on. I think we'll start off the conversation by asking you what defines good customer service.
What? Sorry, I missed that.
What is good customer service?
Okay, great customer service. I like to use the word great. Is ensuring that your customers have their expectations or exceeded. I heard you talking about your own experience. It's important that your customers see that you have met their expectation or gone the extra mile to exceed it. What that will tell us is that when your customers come to you, there's something in their mind that they want to get from you. They are hoping to get reliability. They are hoping to get consistency from you. They are hoping that what you've said is what you'll do, right? And so great customer service is you meeting that expectation, or better still, exceeding it by surprising them with a wow experience, as I would call it.
How important is Customer Service Week for the whole service industry?
So Customer Service Week for me is so interesting, and I'm happy that, Africa, Nigeria is starting to, experience it and, celebrate it and celebrate their staff and all of that and their customers. I mean, last year was Power of Service, 2 years ago was Dream Team, and this year we're talking about Celebrate Service. And I think that the emphasis will be on celebrating those at the front line this year. A lot of times we overlook them, and whether we like it or not, they bring part of the bottom line, because if they don't serve your customers properly, if they are not well trained to do this, if they are not excited to do what they do, your customers will not be back. So I think that it is really important to always emphasize the importance of customer service. And Customer Service Week is really exciting because it's also an opportunity for organizations to engage their customer service frontliners, because the trends change. Customers are looking for different things at different times. One of the things I see now is that customers are very impatient. So there is a now syndrome with customers, right? Which isn't bad. I mean, we're in a world where things happen really fast, And so you need to engage your customer service frontliners and know what is going on, what's the trend, what the customers complaining about, how can we serve them better? And this is a good week to do that, since it has been dedicated to customer service.
All right, let's talk about the training and the importance of customer service. Would you say that is respected in Africa, using Nigeria as a case study?
So this is a very interesting question, because my career, my job is largely about speaking to training your staff on excellent service delivery, right? And what we've discovered is that people are just thrown into these jobs without knowing what they're meant to do. There's an expectation the organization has, or owners of the business, and a lot of times they assume that these people that they've employed, because they've told them they have this experience or that experience, they throw them into the jobs without training them. And this is what I say, customer service for me is literally a way of life, but you can learn it, right? So you see people who naturally have customer service skills, like they're people persons, they are friendly, there's always a smile on their faces, but you have to teach them in respect of your own organization. What exactly are you trying to pass to your customers? What do you want your customers to think about you? And it's important that your staff know this. And so I always say, retrain, retrain, retrain. It's not enough to train them once and say that's it. You have to come back so that they can relearn and even unlearn some things. Sometimes they come with another knowledge about another industry. They come into yours. You need to retrain them. And what I see with, it's getting better, to be honest, but when we started about 10 years ago, people didn't want to hear it. I mean, you see things like, oh, my manager is training them well. It's okay. We don't need your service. It's getting better now. People are understanding the fact that we as customer experience experts, we know the trends. We know we are constantly upgrading ourselves. We know what's obtainable in other places that we're trying to imitate or that we're trying to be like in terms of service delivery. And so they've started to understand the value of coming back to an expert to come in and train their staff.
That's interesting.
So I think it's getting better.
Funke, can you quickly share with us, how to draw the line between the customer is always right and the very, very overbearing customers? Just make the work space, hell for you as a service delivery or someone who is in business.
Excellent question. Thanks so much for the question. So, because this particular year we're celebrating service, right? And I think this is the time to applaud our frontliners because they go through so much. Sometimes there's abuse, there's, the customers are insulting. We've had situations where the customers actually outrightly assault these people, right? Because they are doing a job. I always say this, customers are always right because they bring in the bacon, right? They feed us, they pay our bills, but they are not always right in terms of how they want to be served. So always right in terms of how they want to be served. So I always say this, the customer is right up to the point where he doesn't become use overbearing. I've had situations when I used to run, I've had customers out because they were assaulting my staff, And I feel like organizations and business owners should start to celebrate their staff a bit more because, they go through things that you don't even know. And what I've seen happen is that there's a tendency to be more on the side of the customer who might never come back to the organization again, right? Who was maybe a one-time customer. than to be on the side of a dedicated staff who has probably been with you over the years and has been diligent and served and all of that.
I mean,
and then because of an incident, you say, you know what, you got to leave because the customer wasn't happy.
it must be
And so I
such a
think that
very,
it is, you
very
know, we need-
difficult divide, trying to decide, standing for your customer or standing with the staff. But these are conversations that will continue even beyond Customer Service Week. Funke, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I will look forward to having you again on the show.